Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. It's Friday and we are live for another session of Chill with Phil. It's like I've been live 2 times this week. It's like too much for someone that just disappeared from a while. Very busy, but you know what? I'm gonna take like some time to give like some tips and tricks. And today we are going to talk about pages, product pages versus collection pages, and which one to use and why we should use collection page as well. Because basically a lot of people are telling you, you need to send people to your product page, focus on your product page, trying to upsell there. And there's a couple of good reasons why you should do that, and also why you should also send people to collection pages. And either you're running a brand store, either you're running a store with a bunch of stuff, different type of stuff there. Basically, there's good reason to send people to the collection page. We've done a lot of tests for the past year. Now, on the collection page, we compared our results also with other people that have been doing that. And one thing that we've seen so far is when you send people to collection page, people will for sure navigate more, understand what you're selling. Are they going to get distracted? Like, probably yes, but it's a good distraction. And like I like to say, in each distraction, there's an opportunity that you need to, that will be there, that will be open, wide open. And this is the case when you send people to a collection page, because basically what's happening is people are seeing the other stuff, we have watched hours of recording on Oddjar, from our own sites, from our customer sites, and it's always the same thing. I would say like the percentage of the people that are going and looking for other stuff in your site is very small when you send them to the product page. So basically what they understand is it's a product that you're pushing, but they don't understand anything else that is related to your brand or your store. So they don't have any idea of what else you're selling. Even if you have like this menu there, even you have your logo or a tag, they don't understand. And remember one thing, and one thing that I'm seeing also a lot is when people buy from Facebook, the traffic comes from Facebook, they think that they're buying from Facebook. And since a lot of website looks exactly the same, they don't see a difference between your brand and the other brand. So when you're sending people to a product page, basically they don't have any idea of what else you're selling. So if you promote a specific t-shirt or a specific, piece of jewelry, a ring, a bracelet, or anything like that, they think they're buying that. Then after that, for sure, if you have an email sequence and product indoctrinations and a bunch of other email sequence, you will get them up to a certain point knowing what you're selling and what you're doing. But on the first time they're going to jump in your store, they will not have any ID. And this is where collection page is coming. And when I see that collection page is getting super powerful, and especially these days, I've posted a video. I was live like a couple days ago and telling you about how the DPA is great now and is doing like phenomenal results for us. Because when you display this carousel ad and this dynamic carousel ad with the products inside, people are starting to see what other stuff they can buy. They can see that it's not just like this specific product, this specific mug, or this specific thing. They can buy a wide range of stuff that can be appealed. And sometimes we think that we are in let's say we have a niche store and we are aiming like for this specific product. And what's happening is it can be, you can sell a lot. It can touch a good range of people that, that will like this product. But the problem is there's going to be a part of other people that will not really understand it, will not like, or will not get, there will not be traction to that stuff. But they might have traction with other stuff in your niche, but they just don't know about it. And it's where it's very important to start pushing people to other stuff that you're selling. And like we have a customer under our agency that sells practically one type of product, but with different variation. But these variation are broke down in different type of stuff, you know, so people can identify also, okay, is selling that kind of products, but we have also segmented in different, because some sort of this variation of products might be tailored for one specific type of audience, and the other might be specific to another type. So there's like people that are much more eccentric, let's say, they will like much more this type of product, and some will be much more classic, they will like pretty much that kind of cut, let's say, you know. So there are like stuff like that that we will get, but you need to make people aware of what kind of products you're selling, because if not, you might lose sales, lose interest, lose future customers and things like that. So basically what I like to do is always have, even if you're going to do direct to product, I mean, and I still believe that direct to product is very, very important to do, especially when you're launching new products. You want to make sure that people are aware of this new product. But when you're in cold traffic mode, let's say, and you want to do some brand awareness, and this is, I know that for performance marketer, brand awareness is something that you don't want to hear, but it's very, very important. But what we do is product awareness, okay? So I'm going to switch screen so we can, I can share like what I'm going to do here, just so you can see. I'm going to this time enlarge the view. You know, we're going to enlarge that view here. Okay. And one thing you want to make sure is basically, so you have like, let's say like most of the people, what they will teach you is send your traffic. Let's go. We're going to do that here. Facebook traffic, or can be like anything else, you know, FB traffic or any kind of traffic to a product page. Okay. This is what, I mean, people have been telling you for the past, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years. And I mean, that's still valid today. Okay. But you need to think of that there's not only that type of stuff that you should think of, okay? So you have like product page, you have, let's say, collection page. And one other thing that is very important is the main page, the main, the home page, okay? Home page is super important. And the reason why is, and this is super key, by the way, home page is super key. We tend to forget that. There's two things about homepage. I'm going to talk about that right now. Homepage is about, going to put that here, trust, okay? Branding, okay? I mean, what are you selling, basically? You know, what are you selling? What are you about? Okay, yeah, what are you about? Let's put that. What are you about? You know? And also another thing that is very important on the product page is the home page, sorry. It's the I'm gonna try to get that here. Basically here. And one last thing that is super important, what you want to put in terms, what you want to put up front, you know, what are your core products, or anything that you're thinking of selling, you know, people needs to know about that, you know, can be featured products, on-sale products, best sellers, or any type of core products that you're trying to sell, okay? So there's a couple, I mean, you can find that on most stores that understand that ID and stuff like that. I mean, that's pretty basic here, but I want to tell you that as a reminder. And the reason why homepage is also important is basically most of the people that will know your brand at a certain point, and they will type it, let's say on Google, they will type like Goth Rider. So when they click on Goth Rider, even like if we paid ads for our brand name or it's getting in the organic, I mean, at a certain point they will, or direct traffic, they will just type it on their computer. They will go to their homepage, and on the homepage, it needs to be a reminder of who you are, what are you doing, your promises. I mean, promise. Very important because your brand. So if you're like, let's say if you sell, if you sell stuff and you send stuff in 5 days, I mean, you need to put that at your unique selling point. So, I mean, the USPs needs to be there. Forget that. But USPs, unique selling point, needs to be there. Very important. USPs, not USP, not UPS. US. These. Here we go. Unique selling point, unique selling propositions. You need to get that also there. And the reason why is to reinforce these people to take a decision to go on your site, starting, you know, to buy stuff and things like that. Core products, like we say, you know, main products, what you're about, branding, anything related to branding. So if you have like a mission, if you have like something that is tied to the community, if you are giving dollars to a foundation, or anything that can be related to what you're doing, needs to be there. Okay. Remember that we are selling products, so we want to monetize stuff as soon as possible, but it's not always about soon as possible. Is to be able to monetize it at a certain point in a certain time frame. Like I was talking, you know, we know that people that came into your site might not convert on day one, but mostly they will convert up to 72 hours after they came first and see your stuff, you know. And if you have like the proper retargeting sequence, email, and all this kind of stuff, you're going to the indoctrination and you start, you know, brainwashing people to tell them what you're about, and they will come probably later in the cycle, you know. So they might come after 14 days, 30 days later, 60 days. They might have seen like a post somewhere. They might have seen an article somewhere, and they will come down at a certain point. But you need to tell people what you are about so they know what you're selling. So I'm coming back again at the beginning of what I was saying. If you don't tell your people what you're about first, they might not understand what you're about to, what you're going to sell, and all this kind of stuff. So basically, the main problem with sending to product pages is especially when you have a business that is selling multiple products, and if you are into the business of launching 20 products a day, I mean, your mission needs to be clear that you are a company that launches a lot, that gives deals and things like that. Now, if you are more a brand and working almost like in a traditional way where you have like probably between 2 to 4 collections per year, you need to tell people about that, you know. It needs to be clear that this is part of this collection and you have other collections out there also. So you need to have like some sort of reminder. So even on the product page, you need to have like this type of reminder somewhere. So if people scroll down up to a certain point, there will be a small percentage, but if they scroll down at a certain point, they will be able to see this product is about that as well. So we know we put that ID in the mind of the people. So at a certain point, if they like what they've seen, they will come back and they will start checking that thing. Okay. So that's the main thing about the product page. And you need to think about like this long-term relationship. As performance marketer, the idea here is to convert on day one, to upsell on day one, and to do all this kind of 360 cycle on day one. The reality is it's true when we are, when your customer is in a state of mind, let's say, of impulsive buying. And with Facebook, that is very strong at getting customers with impulsive buying, it will be true again. But you need to understand that it's not how it is actually, let's say, happening outside Facebook and on other channels, okay? Or other, like, let's say we're talking about Pinterest. We say like Pinterest is not a good, it's not a good, let's say, traffic channel for conversion, because, I mean, it's not converting on day one, but people have seen your stuff there. I mean, probably people have pinned your stuff there. So you know that probably people, we keep that in mind at a certain point of their buying cycle. They will come back and say, oh, you know what, I remember that will be a great gift. It was just not the right timing at this time, and they will buy. They will become customers. So that's one thing that you need to think of. Again, I'm coming back to that point where if they only know about one product, about your site, they will probably don't know all the other options, okay? So that's one thing that is very important for that branding store line. I'm not talking about funnel zero, okay? Because the funnel is totally different behaviors at the first touch point, let's say. So so now let's go to collection, because this is where I wanna bring like your attention. And I'm gonna put that here. Gonna change here the thing. Home page. I don't know what's happened here. With my stuff just got screwed. Okay, let's put that here now. So collection page. What's about this collection page? So like I was saying about behaviors of people, you can also place variables in your text above the images as well. That will change for each product. True. Thank you, Brendan. So, collection page. So why you want to get that as part of your main strategy is, like I was saying, it's important that people first understand what you're selling. So, I mean, if you're selling t-shirt, let's say men's t-shirt, or you have like specific collections, you're in the fishing niche, and you're saying like all this bunch of t-shirt, okay? So let's say there's team-based, okay? We're going to talk about team-based shirts, okay? So if you are a store that is selling in a bunch of different niches, fishing can be one theme, okay? Fitness can be one theme. If you are like me, selling into only one specific niche like bikers, what I will do is create theme, okay? Theme of designs, which means that I will get this bomber jacket with that kind of design. I will get a t-shirt with the same kind of design. I will get boots with this kind of designs. I will get rings referring to this kind of designs. And what I will do is I will run a collection ad, theme base or product set, how you match that, whatever, and I will send traffic there. Because basically if you have like a winner at a certain point, let's say we had a big winner in the boots with that kind of design, now we want to start pushing other stuff. So basically people that love that design might love that for phone cases, bed sets, bomber jacket or leggings or all this kind of stuff, you know. And we've seen that with great results, that having and retargeting to the people that bought, or even like to new cold traffic. I mean, they just probably sometimes just people didn't like that design on boots, but they like it on, let's say, bomber jacket, you know. So that's one thing that you can do. So having the same design that is declined in different stuff, okay? So I mean, team shirt, like I was like having like team shirts here, but I mean, can be like team based on design. Let's put that here, okay? Now you can have a team based on type of products, okay? So let's say you're selling a bunch of stuff. You want to create a collection page just for leggings, okay? or bomber jacket, okay? And the power, and we can continue like that. I can put you that, you know, here. So let's say, I don't know, like fishing, okay? Just so you have like 3 ideas of what we can do. So here you can have only ads, you can have only a niche, so more like a niche here, niche like fishing, theme based on one design, so different type of stuff. And you can continue like that, like crazy, okay? And what you want to do is create DPAs based on that. So what you want to do is like here, I'm going to put like DPA. If you followed like my last training on DPA, you will understand that. I would suggest that you look at this. So you're going to create a DBA based on that, going to create a DBA based on that, and whatever, okay? And what you're going to do with your DPA is you're going to do like the retargeting DPA, okay? So you're going to put like retargeting DPA. You can do like with the new option, like the extended broad audience, and you select your own audience there. Like I said, watch the other video, the other live I've done last time. You will see all the information. And you can do like the cold traffic on that also, okay? So cold traffic can be broad, interest, LA, okay? And basically you want to do that and run your stuff to these product set, carousel, okay? And these things will either drive people to the product or to the collection page, okay? So that's one thing here. Another thing that you can do is create with the new collection type of ads, ad creatives, and again, do the same thing. So you will have like this, this new stuff here. I'm gonna go do here. You're gonna have an image at the top, you know, this type of stuff here. Okay, you're gonna have the headline. I'm gonna put headline, image, and you're gonna have like this small thumbnails here, thumbnails, whatever. Image, okay? And that's great again for collection based because you want to promote your collection, okay? Whatever collection it is. You want to have an image that is tied, okay, let's put it like that, to the collection, okay? So people know about it. And all your focus is to grab people there. And again, the real idea here is to let people know that not only they know what you're selling, they can buy other stuff than the one that you're promoting on your product page there. And also, I mean, that can be a great combination because one thing that we've seen for sure is that when you send traffic to collection page, you finally get a better AOV because people know that there are other stuff. And we even seen that people were doing better there than having the upsell because you let people also see other stuff that they might be interested in. Remember one thing, when you do an upsell on a product, most of the time you're going with your gut feeling. So you think that having this add-on will do better than other thing. But most of the people don't look enough deeply into their data to understand what people really want to do. So before running a funnel and thinking about which product you want to do to add an upsell, let people decide for you. Sending to collection page will tell you what people have added mostly by themselves. So like that, you are able to understand, okay, so most of the people went to this collection page, they bought the t-shirt and they bought like the boots. Oh, I never thought about that. Or they bought like the bracelet. Oh, I never thought about that. Or they bought the boots and the bracelet. I never thought about that, you know? And once you get that and the couple sales there and get the data behind, you know that going back to your product page that you were promoting, you will know which product to add at an upsell, and you will increase from there your conversion on the upsell instead of guessing. You know, this is what we do most of the time. We guess a lot, and we don't take the time to watch what the data tells us. You know, so now the homework that I'm giving you today is go there, start doing, I mean, what I've shown you last time on the other video at the beginning of the week. Start doing your DPA collection, start creating team-based designs, team-based on niche, create your product set in your catalog for each type of stuff that you're selling, and start doing DPA for each of them, okay? And don't overthink about overlapping and things like that. I mean, yes, there will be, but it's not a problem. There will be a collection at a certain point that will pop up better than the other, and others that will pop up less. But remember, one thing that is very important is not because a collection that doesn't convert, that will not bring traffic later on, that will convert at a certain point, okay? That's very important. It's a traffic game, okay? So it's not about only conversion first, okay? And if you want to know more about what really works and not, there's cohort views that you can get in your Google Analytics, but also one thing that I've been using a lot these days is what is called Attribution App. Attribution App is, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, there's no promotion here or anything intended, no affiliates, anything. But the guys out there are great. And I can tell you the vision of my stuff right now when I run traffic is totally different than it used to be. Because I don't look at day one, I look at which day is going to start running, is going to be profitable. If an ad really, I mean, is not profitable for 60 or 90 days, I mean, it's going to be killed, that's for sure. But if an ad is getting profitable at a certain point, 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, I mean, it's still very good. So it's not about the first day, but it's going to be when in the time this will bring good traffic. And we started looking at this, I would say much more deeper when we were doing lead generation, because we had this funnel, this low funnel where we were getting leads on quiz, and it was super hard to know when these people were really converting at a higher price point. We know we were breaking even right away because we had a free plus shipping offer and an upsell, but in the longer time, we didn't know what's happening with these people, with email indoctrination, with other ads and all the retargeting ads that we were getting from this traffic. And by using Attribution App, it helped us to understand where in time we were getting most of our money from our customers than only checking from day one, you know. So this is key there. I mean, there's other apps there. I think there's Wick reports, and there's a bunch of other apps there that you can use, but attribution, understanding the attribution, understanding at what point people will convert, this will give you great insights on how you should manage your traffic. Okay, so that's another reason that collection is great, because you're starting to brand, and not only brand, tell people what you're selling, and you're not only about this one type of products. Probably you might be other types of product, or you might be in this kind of world or theme or all this kind of stuff. Okay. One last thing. What I can give you as another quick example that can be helpful for you. Let me think about that here. I think like I said, I think a good homework would be for you is to, if you have any design or group of designs, to start putting that under collection. Create a collection on your Shopify store. So you go on your Shopify and you create a collection. Shopify, you're gonna create a collection, okay? And think about, which design you can group together, or which type of products you can group together. So grouping under collection. And from there, start running straight DPA retargeting to this specific ad set, and start also doing like some LLA, I would say. You know, start with LLA because it might be like easier. And when you get that, you can go probably to broad and more cold traffic. I think that will be a great thing to test for you. And from there, I mean, you can expand. So, I mean, you will start with one of your winning design. You start running that. Then after that, you're going to start expanding with other stuff. You're going to get like probably much more crazy, and you will start new type of collections, and you will run that again. I think that's going to be super helpful for you, and you might be crazy amazed on how this thing performs. Okay, so hope this gonna be a mindset changer, you know. So and remember, one thing is sometimes we focus too much on one products when there can be a bunch of stuff, other products, especially if you're launching couples of products per day, or even if you're not launching so much products per day, this is helpful as well. So it's really a win-win thing here. So here we go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that small training. If you have any questions now, I'm gonna take these questions right away before I shut down that small training for now. So anything, guys, go on. I'm there to answer your questions. What do we have here? Very on text. Yeah. Any questions? No. Seems that you understand all that. You are crazy. Yes, we do that, James. We send traffic to ClickFunnels landing page. We make sure the retargeting is there. I think like ClickFunnels landing page or also, you know, any other pages that can help you to create a retargeting audience is a good thing. Now, the sense of your questions would be great to, if you want to know how you send, how you create a DPA from that. If you're only running funnels, I mean, you will need to create a product ID that is tied to this thing. So one thing I like is to have both ClickFunnels and Shopify running together. So basically, I will use the product ID from what Shopify gives me, and I will parse that into ClickFunnels. So I'm always able to get the data there, create my audience from what my specific audience from my ClickFunnels page, and this will not screw the rest. And if I want to create like DPAs later, I mean, all the data will be also sent to the product catalog, so I will not lose anything. So later on, if you want to drive or you're driving most of your traffic to external landing page on ClickFunnels or anything else, that's okay, because later on, I mean, you can still send people to your collection page after. Okay, the data will be there, and everything's going to be there. So I mean, it's not a problem at all. But you need to be sure that it's tied to Shopify, so it makes it like much more simple to manage. But it's possible to do it without it, and just to run it also on funnel. And even I mean, you can create a collection page on ClickFunnels if you want. That's possible also. You know, it's just much more manual, but it's possible, and you will have like also the same control over your collections and things like that. So that might be something you want to do, is to create some sort of better optimized collection page on ClickFunnels and try that from there, you know. That might be a good idea. But you don't have the cart thing and all this kind of stuff. So, I mean, there's probably like some scripts that you can use, something to check there. Might be worth. I never tried a collection page on ClickFunnels, so I don't know. But direct product page, yeah, we do that like a lot. So next question here. Do you send them to product page or checkout page? Have you tried using Cardo to send CF to checkout? So basically, we test a bunch of different stuff. We've sent like people to CS to ClickFunnels. Then we use like CartHook. And yeah, I mean, we did that. That's working great. One thing that we're using now is AppTrans. Basically, AppTrans let us use directly Stripe from ClickFunnels, but push the information back to Shopify. So all our orders, upsells, or anything are sent directly. So we don't cut the flow with having a separate checkout like CartHook. But CartHook can be great if you want to send like people directly, if you send people directly to product page in Shopify and want to do this upsell after the first transaction, you know, so that is good. But we found that for ClickFunnels, it was better to stick in the ClickFunnels environment than sending people to CartHook. We've seen like better, I mean, it was just more stable and better results there. But if you want to do like on Shopify, CartHook is great for that. Okay. Hope I answer your question here. I've been trying to, so Eduardo here, I've been trying to retarget my visitor through traffic campaign, but to be honest, it's not working. Even I know is a warm audience, it's better to retarget them by using conversion campaigns and things like that. I'm also targeting through them. So, I mean, one thing that retargeting is very important is, first of all, you need to have like different type of retargeting, okay? So, we've tested and we had like our best results. If you're creating audience from the past 5 to 7 days and you're retargeting these people with an offer, okay, I always like to have like this multi-step offer. So one thing you can do is first day or day zero, it can be free shipping, let's say. So you give them a coupon for free shipping. Anything after like 0, you can do 1 to 3 days, 10% off, and 3 days to 7 days, another audience where you will have like 15 or 20% off. Okay, normally that works the best. That might be great for you if you have like trouble retargeting. The other thing might be problem with the offer, problem with the product image, copy or things like that. Normally retargeting works well, so if it's not working there, might be an issue with what you're showing to the people. Copy, images, if you have incentives, some scarcity and things like that will help for sure. I would do the same thing with DPA as well. So think about the sequence there and how you want to push people to pull the trigger faster. Okay. I would use both. So I would use both DPA and both single traditional, let's say, retargeting direct to product as well. I will not rely only on one method, but I will use like multiple methods to make sure you get the most of your audience. So, James, the product variation for t-shirt is brand new with AppTrans, okay, and they have released a dynamic variant stuff now. So I would suggest you to jump on that and test that ASAP. It's gonna be a game changer for you. We are about to test it for rings, ring size. So that was one thing that prevents us to sell ring through funnels, and we've been trying multiple ways of doing that for the past year. Like, you know, I mean, I've been selling like jewelry, and for us, like, rings is very important. So it was super hard to get something working properly and sending back the information before to Shopify. But this thing for us, what AppTrans has been released last week, it's totally a game changer. So we're gonna run much more, all our campaign is gonna be much more direct to product. with specific upsells and things like that, we will use that thing there. We're not much into t-shirts, so I cannot tell you in t-shirts, but one thing I remember is when we had variants before that and we were running funnel, the only way was to use cart hook before. But now you can do it with App Trends, which is, I mean, phenomenal. So I think you're gonna love that for sure. And especially since, I mean, t-shirt has less margin, it's where you want to maximize all the options in ClickFunnels, you know, like the order bump and all the multiple upsell that you can create there. Even like if you want to push a subscription to something, I mean, that's going to be certainly a game changer. AppTrends is coming, I think, with an integration to something that will have that will be tied to subscription app. So probably Recurly or something like that. I don't have like all the details, but probably Michael can jump on that, or you can just like put a message on their group. They will answer you. But I mean, that's going to be also a game changer there with this. So pretty sure you will love that. And even like for our customers, I mean, we are pushing them now much more for direct to product, especially upsells and things like that. We prefer to use ClickFunnels just because we have much more flexibility, especially for split testing. That's a big problem in Shopify. It's split testing. It's super hard to do. Even like with third-party software, I mean, it's always a pain to do it. I think you did it a lot, James, with the Google split testing tool there, but it's always, you know, hard to get the real data, real information, and it takes time also, you know. So ClickFunnels is really the way to go to test like products. And the rest, I mean, collections, I mean, I leave that to Shopify because I just think it's just easier. Like I said, we never tested the collection directly in ClickFunnels, but probably something to try. It's just like much more work to do. What else? Time for other questions. I have like 5-10 minutes, I mean, for extra questions. So, I mean, feel free. Let me check this out here. Yeah. So so basically, I mean, just before I leave, I'm just gonna resume that. I mean, think about your own page, you know, how you build your own page, trust, branding, what are you about, core products to sell, your unique selling points there. People will get there because they will know about you, or they've seen somewhere, they typed it on Google, they will get to your page. Product page, don't only focus on product page. Like I said, I mean, product page, still launch on product page for sure, but don't just launch on that, you know. So product page or ClickFunnels, like we were talking, continue to use that. What I want you to add is the collection page. You know, start using the collection page like crazy, team-based, product-based, niche-based. Do all the DPAs that you can do related to that, each of them. Okay, your retargeting audience, your cold traffic, the dynamic audience also that DPA can create you, the upsell, cross-sell, like I talked to into my last video. The other stuff also, you can create like some manual collection ad creative. So you use like the collection ad creative, and you do an image that is tied to each of them. You get your headlines. If you want like to have like scarcity or anything like that, you put that, a couple of images of your products there that people can click and go there. I mean, again, this is going to be super important because people need to know about what you're selling else than just the product that you're used to promote there, okay? And anything, if you want to understand more about attribution, understanding more about why stuff doesn't convert on day one, but they might convert later on. I mean, Attribution App is one thing that I would suggest you to look to to talk to the people there, or just to get familiar with attribution. Also, generally attribution, why things cannot convert on day one, but they will convert later. An ad that doesn't do great today might do great in 7 days or later. Things like that. I mean, with having like the proper tools there, you will be able to take better decision also. Okay, so that's one thing here I wanted to start. And lastly, I mean, make sure to start doing like your collections in your Shopify store based on themes, on products, and all this kind of stuff, verticals or whatever. I mean, you're looking to do. So this was about it for today. Hope you had like great, you love what I've shown you, and hopefully you will start put that in practice and do your homework. And be sure to share stuff here. If you have any question, just add it up. I will have to prove it, but I mean, if it's relevant to what we talk, it's going to be there very fast, and we can be able like to share and talk about it. And any questions, like, I'm there to answer that for you. So basically that was about it for today. Thank you for hanging out, and for sure, guys, talk to you soon. Ciao.